Hey everybody, this is Pam at the Paper Outpost, and I'm very happy to present to you my collection of December vintage digital kits for your pleasure. I'm going to show you examples on how you can use them, but let's go through the kits first. There are 5 kits this month, and there are 5 pages per kit of unique images for your perusal and your collections. Maybe you're a bird collector, and the first kit is Songbirds. Yes, this is a beautiful kit. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here for you so you can see the images. And there are 5 pages. I've gone ahead and chopped up a few of these pages because I'm using them as examples that I'm going to show you right after I show you the kits. But this will give you an idea of what is in here. And this particular collection comes from a very old book that has gorgeous images of songbirds, a little bit of description under, but it's a little bit obscured, but it is just lovely, and because they are so old, they are just absolutely precious. So you get a whole bunch of these to pick from. You don't have to pick from, you can have them all. Yeah. And I've used some of these in our examples that you will see very soon. And I'm a big lover of birds. If you're a big lover of birds, these are gorgeous, and they're so useful in so many different ways. And the next topic, something a little bit unusual, but these are called stereoscopic photos. And let me show you these first. Okay, these are the photos where they're actually taken twice, a few inches from a different perspective. So the camera is moved slightly to the right or to the left. And when the eye looks through, you know, that Victorian thing where they put this thing at the end and then they have the viewfinder down here and they look, it gives them the perception that it's 3D or something's moving. So it kind of fools the eye a little bit. So here's a little girl having so much fun. But just a variety of these, and you could build stories around them. There's beautiful palaces with waterways. There's old shipping boats from America. There's a beautiful, I think that's a nun in being carried by camels. Very cool. And I think this is a glacier coming down on people, and some new old city scenes. And this is actually underneath the Niagara Falls suspension bridge. I thought that was kind of cool. I grew up close to that Niagara Falls suspension bridge, so I thought that was kind of neat. I don't even know if it's actually there anymore, but I grew up near Niagara, not too far from Niagara Falls. So there you go. Just some beautiful images, and you're going to see how I used some of these in different ways in here to give you some ideas. And then we have tapestries. Tapestries are gorgeous, gorgeous, and these can be used in so many different ways. They are such beautiful images, and these are all very, very old vintage tapestries, antique tapestries from days gone by. And some are beautiful color images, and some are beautiful black and whites. So you can accent pages. You can use them as pockets and tucks and little notebook covers and page trims. I mean, so many different things. Here's one I was chopping away on. So I'll show you more of those when we get to them in the book. So I've gone ahead and made some examples of how you can use these, but you know, the world is your oyster, and you guys are so creative and inventive. I love what you do. So here is wallpaper. I was rolling on the bigger designs, and I thought, wow, wouldn't it be cool to get some old wallpaper? Because I know everybody doesn't have access to old wallpaper. So this is very, very old, think Victorian style wallpaper. Just gorgeous. I gave you different sizes and different colors so that you would have things to play with. You could make little accents. You could make page tabs. You could just do a million things. So just want to show you some of these. Some of them are color. I think most of them are color. Black and white. Most of these are color, I think, because they're just lovely images. Oh, look at the Victorian feel in that. Oh, don't you just want to open a bed and breakfast? I do. Right now. Where's my bed and breakfast? Oh, just lovely. Some blues. Look at the beautiful blues. And yeah, just all sorts of different things that you can just frolic to your heart's content with all these fun little things to play with. And then the final one is called Bird, Black and White. And I'm going to actually call it Bird, Black and White and Tonal because it does have some cream, vanilla, sepia sort of backgrounds on some of them. Basically, they're black and white images on either white or the tonal backgrounds. And they can also, if you're a bird lover like me, can be used for so many different things. This does have a mixture of, you know, owls and ducks and birds of prey along with some songbirds. And these are different images from all the other images. but they are just unique and beautiful, and they deserve their day in the sun. I want people to be able to see and use and play with these because there's so many fun things that you can use these for. If you're a journal maker or a card maker, look at those chickadees. A big fan of chickadees here, yes. I used to try to learn how to draw chickadees. They are a lot of fun to learn to draw. So there, those are the offerings of this month. So let's go through and take a look at some examples on how I use these. All right, so first of all, here I used the Songbirds, and I cut out these and I made little flips. So they all have little, their hinge is made out of a little piece of lace glued onto the page, glued onto the Songbird card, and you flip up and you find a word under here. So I put the different seasons under here to kind of get the person in the theme of, oh, little debris. You know, we're doing seasonal things here, and we're thinking nature and that type of thing. So that was done on avocado dyed paper, just for fun, just to give it a little pizzazz. And over here I have a beautiful collection of the Stereoscopic Photos, and they are wonderful to make big journal cards out of. I put a little paper clip here with a little key hanging from it, just for fun, a little distressed paper clip. And I just wrapped some threads and twine around here to make it look like somebody's personal collection, tucked into a book, and gone ahead and I've stenciled the back just to decorate the back a little. You could leave them blank, that's perfectly fine. But then they're easy to write on as well because it's not, you know, super intense. So you could certainly read writing over those. So these are a harpist. And then we have this beautiful scene from the inside of a house of cleaning, getting ready, mayhem, everything's going awry. It looks like a little bit of a comedic picture there. And how about this little one and his goat? Doesn't that say it all? Goat saying, hey, you want some garbage? It'll make you feel better. So these are very fun, very handy, and something a little bit different. And to buy these individually, they're quite expensive. So this is a nice option if you still want to have the look of the stereoscopic photo, but without having to purchase individual ones. Okay, so let's see. Now I pulled out a few of these, so let's see where we are. Okay, so here is one called, I call this the Hangover, because what does it do? It hangs over the top of a page. And I made a little tearaway style notebook, and this is one of the ones from the Tapestry. It's on the bottom half of this page actually. And what I did was I just cut the top or the bottom off, and then I folded it in half, and that instantly gave me a back and a front cover, which I thought, oh, that's easy. Okay. And just for fun, you could either sew, glue, staple the edges here, whatever you like. I went ahead and just ran a straight stitch down here, glued some lace over it, inked around a little bit, and then I tore some pages I found interesting, some old ledger, an old book from a thesaurus, an old page from a thesaurus, and then some coffee-dyed college rule with a few little stamps on it just for fun. Did some script stamping and put one of the little birds in the corner, black and white bird, and another little black and white bird here. So there you go. Just fun little things. They're not super fat, so they go very well in the junk journal, and they offer extra writing room. How fun is that? And let's see what else we have. Okay, here is one of the Tapestry designs. This is probably a Persian rug, I would guess. And I made a very simple thing here. I just glued this one edge to the paper, and I'm calling this a side tuck. Now you could put plain blank writing paper in here, maybe giving somebody extra things to write on, or if you have some printed digital prints of old ephemera, or you actually have the old letters or things like that, you could tuck them in there. You could put old ledger, you could put old dictionary page or music page, or whatever you have. Might be fun. But they're very easy to operate that way. Like one page folded in half will hold very well. It's not going to fall out of your book. You don't need an extra clip for it or anything like that. And let's see, we got a few more here. Let's see what we've got. Oh, yep. Here is one of the black and white birds, and I just put a little bit of lace there. I used some liquid pearls in bronze to make some accents to look like rivets. And then I tore this from a book page because I thought it just seemed to go with the nature theme. And I thought the rivets made it look like this plaque was bolted onto a piece of wood. That was the look I was going for there. Don't know if I achieved it, but I tried. A lot of fun. All right, so we have another one here. Now this is let me make sure I didn't miss anybody. Okay. This is one of the beautiful tapestries. It's a beautiful old rug. just gorgeous, just stunning. And I turned this one into a giant belly band. So basically I just glued it at the top and the bottom. So the back is open and you can tuck whatever you'd like in here. Maybe postcards, old letters. I did just take a piece of avocado dyed paper, a little stamp in the corner for some extra writing space for somebody. So very simple but easy designs, but very useful, utilitarian. And you could put several things under there if you like. Okay, make sure I didn't miss anything. Oh, yeah, here, see, yeah. Okay, so this little guy is another tapestry. It's another beautiful rug. And I've just gone ahead and glued him onto a little envelope. And then I just decorated the envelope up a little bit, put a little piece of lace here indicating this might open. And then inside here, the person's going to find some fun things to write on. So this is also from the tapestry kit. I just did some stenciling in there. And these are all blank on the back, but you can use them as little, well, no, I guess I did some stamping there. But some extra places to write on. Or a person could tuck some photos in here, something like that. All sorts of ideas can go in these little envelopes. And I stamped the definition of dragonfly there. Okay. Now let's see what else we have to show you. What do we got? What do we got? All sorts of different kinds of papers in here. Okay, so this one is made from the Wallpaper collection. So it's actually two pieces of the wallpaper. I used one as the main pocket, sewed around, and then I glued on a thinner piece on top as an accent to show the top of the pocket. And then these are all from the Songbird collection. And what I did was I just paper clipped them together at the bottom. So they're very easy to pull in and out of here, no problem. And behind it, I just decided to put a little surprise. This is from the Black and White Bird collection. And I just layered in a little collage design with a word spirit and some old ledger style paper. Doop. Okay. Like to add little surprises. They're fun. All right. Okay, here we go. This one is a wallpaper design, and it is just a very simple pocket. I added some lace at the top. I put some lace here on the page with a button as an accent. Some birdie feet hopping around because there's going to be a heavy bird-themed journal. And this is also from the Wallpaper collection, and I just love the colors in this. Isn't that beautiful? And I just added some beautiful just regular paper underneath, just something fun for somebody to write on. I sewed a little piece of piping across the top with some liquid pearl accents. Just something fun. Can tuck these in there so they can be used for covers or for pockets and tucks. And what else do we have? Let's see. Oh, yep. See, I forgot that one. All right. So this little guy, this whole little collection lived on the bottom of on one of the pages of the Songbirds. And I decided to construct a little arm that would go up. Now this guy, he opens up and out. So it's just kind of a little pictorial of the different collection of Songbirds. And I just accented it with some worn lipstick distress ink, and then it just folds back up, and this comes around and locks it in place. And this will flatten down more as the journal is closed. It just, it will with time. I bone folded it well. This is a brad that I used, and that's just a piece torn from a page in a book, Journey and Jornada, must be another language. And I just thought that was kind of fun to put there. So let's see what else we have to show you. Okay, let me back up a little bit. So there's different ways you can use these things. You're never at a loss, and there's no shortage of ideas. So here's just a simple double pocket page. Okay. And what I did was I lined the page with some beautiful lace trim here and very delicate lace trim here. And then I took two of the tapestries, made them into pockets, and then the two smaller stereoscopic photos that I had in there for you, I turned them into tiny little journal cards. So you can go ahead and journal on the back of those and tuck them back in here to hold your special secrets and goodies. So who wouldn't just love that, right? I think that's everybody. So that's a general tour. So I hope you enjoyed this, and let me bring over again what we had. We have the tapestries, the wallpaper, the birds, black and white, stereoscopic photos, and Songbirds. Don't know where the paper went, but it is here. There's Songbirds. Okay, so there you go, folks. I hope you enjoyed that, and they are available for purchase in my Etsy shop right now. And there's so much fun and so many things that you can do with these. So I hope this sparks your interest and creativity. I hope you're having fun out there, because that's the whole goal in the long run, that everybody's having gobs and gobs of fun. And that would just make everything dandy. So I would love to hear your thoughts. And if you're excited about these, please hop over to my Etsy shop. Please like, subscribe, and share if you find this video fun or valuable. And click the notification bell if you'd like to receive a notification of my videos as they come out. They come out Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, 7 a.m. Eastern time. And my podcasts, which are audio, come out Tuesdays and Thursdays, which are unique audio information that is different from my videos. The links are down below, and it's free to listen to. I have the Amazon or the Etsy shop, which you know will house my vintage digital kits. I think there are about 65 or 70 right now to pick from. All different kits, all have 5 pages each. And lots of things to peruse, different themes and things like that. Lots of fun, lots of heavily nature and things like that. I like to do a lot of nature things and vintage things, Victorian things. I have an Amazon store. It houses my favorite tools and supplies. So if you spot something that I use on a video, I try my best to pop it into the Amazon store in case you're looking for it. You can, you'll find all the details about the item and the price and the size and the, that kind of thing. So if you're looking for details about it, there you go. And what else? I have a newsletter. It's a monthly free emailed newsletter. If you haven't signed up for that yet, please feel free to do so. You get a free digital image emailed to you monthly, along with junk journal tips, checklist of supplies for the junk journal maker, and a note from the bookmaker that you can tuck into your note into the front of your journal to kind of explain what a junk journal is. And you can find me on Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Facebook group. And come and join our Facebook group. We're having a blast over there. We're doing weekly and monthly challenges. This is your opportunity to show us what you make related to these videos. You can take these ideas and run with them and go crazy and have fun, because we all inspire each other, and that's what it's all about. So I hope you definitely give that an opportunity to be explored. And remember that fun can be simple, and always create with reckless abandon, everybody. I hope you're having fun out there. And from me, and let me go see if I can find him. Hang on. Okay, here's a little drive-by. Here's my little guy. He was sleeping with Mr. Piggy. Yeah, or Mrs. Piggy. Yeah, and he's going to go back to sleep now. So don't disturb the sleeping puppy. Let the puppy sleep. All right, there you go, folks, from Hollywood. He's probably snacking right now, I would imagine. I just gave him some fresh veggies to gnaw on. But life is good. The weather is beautiful. We're actually in the 70s and 60s, so we're getting a bit of a relief breather here. I hope it's comfortable, and I hope everybody is well wherever you are. And I really want to reach out and thank all of you so much for your support and encouragement through this journey of, I have no idea what I'm doing most of the time, but I really, really appreciate you guys hanging out. And here we are going through this adventure together. So there's more ideas coming for you, more fun coming along the way. So hang tight, stay tuned, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.